Oh my God, head for the hills. De-dollarization is coming. It's going to topple the dollar and make life miserable for Americans. But is it really, though? Let's talk about it. So today, we're discussing the BRICS nation, their new currency, and their plan to de-dollarize the world. Or more specifically, reduce their dependence on the US dollar. And they have good reason to. Right now, the dollar, the US dollar, is the world's reserve currency, meaning it's accepted everywhere, and for certain things, it's the only way you can get them. Oil, for one thing, is set, the price is set in dollars, so you need dollars to buy oil, which is used for gasoline, which everybody needs. Every nation, every country, every developed, anybody with a car, a motor vehicle needs oil so they can refine it and make gasoline. And you have to have dollars to purchase this item. Countries will come to a standstill without it. They need it. We got it. And we are happy to sell them out to people for their uses. But along with that, you also get the risk of being limited by dollars. In case you do anything the U.S. doesn't like. Like if you're Russia, and then we impose sanctions on you to tell you what you can or cannot do with dollars, or totally take away your ability to use dollars. And that gives them, Russia, and apparently their allies or other people for whatever reason, a reason to get away from the dollar. We don't like you telling us what we can or can't do with our money. That's not going to work with us. So we're going to do our own thing, or try to get away from the dollar as best we can, because that would be in, their best interest. And that's understandable. If you haven't heard, BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have a small union, and they would like to get away from the dollar for, whatever their individual reasons might be. And they want to, transact their money or currency transactions freely without our imposition. And, who are we to tell them what they can do with their own stuff outside of world police? But, should that really be our place? That's a different conversation. But new information, or at least new to me, it's probably been out a little while. It looks like what they are trying to develop will be a digital currency. Now, I don't know about you, but as soon as I see that this BRICS currency will be a digital one, I have less fear of it. It immediately has taken away credibility, and I am less inclined to believe that it poses a real threat to the dollar, or de-dollarizing the world, or removing us as the world's reserve currency. Now, maybe you dabble in crypto and it's worked out for you. Me personally, I think it's a loser. I threw a little bit of money at crypto just to see what it did. That was about 2 years ago. I'm not the kind of investor that sits and trades daily. I don't sit here and buy this coin, then sell that coin 15 minutes later, buy another one, see what it does. I don't do that on a daily basis. I have kids, I got a wife, I got parents to take care of, I got obligations. I have other things that are more important to me than sitting behind a screen and trying to maximize my profits by trading and this and that all day, every day. So when I put money into something, I want to just leave it there and let it do what it's going to do. I want it to work for me. I don't want to sit here and have to worry about what I have to do. I have to get rid of it, otherwise I'm going to lose all my money, blah, 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 etc. About 2 years ago, I threw a little bit of money at crypto because I wanted to see what it was going to do. I didn't buy a whole bunch. I bought just one type of coin. I didn't, speculate wildly, but I wanted to see what it would do for me. Here, 2024, it's lost 60% in value. 60, more than half. Now, the little bit of money I have left, I have not pulled out because your losses are not realized until you actually sell for a loss, which I'll prefer not to do. I would rather see if I can maybe transfer it into Bitcoin and see if it goes up, which at the moment Bitcoin is down. I think at a 2-month low, they said. It was at 70,000 earlier this year. Right now it's like under 60, or maybe you're hovering around 59, 60,000 a coin. So I didn't get into it trying to hit the lottery, but, I would like it to at least hold value, like other assets. But, it's not other assets, so it's going to do its own thing. It's highly speculative. They tell you that when you sign up on any platform. But I don't believe in crypto. If you do and you have and it's worked out for you, I'm happy for you. That's great. That's awesome. More power to you. That's not my case experience. It's lost me money. Now, it wasn't a whole lot of money. It wasn't more than I could afford to lose. I'm not going to lose my house. I didn't lose my shirt on it. But I lost 60% of what I threw at it. That's not a winning bet to me. And to be honest, if you're putting money in crypto, that's what you're doing. You're betting. It's a shell game. It's 3-card money on the street. It's, hey, find the lady, with the 3 cards and and what I mean by that is 2 out of 3 is going to be a loser. That's just the way I see it. Did a little research. CoinMarketCap says more than 23,000 cryptos exist. 23,000 different vehicles you can put your money into that are a cryptocurrency that you can try to win big or, increase profits. And there's really no requirement. You just need somebody that knows the code to create one for you out of thin air and put it out on the market and get a sucker to buy it. That's what it is. It's only worth what the next person's willing to pay for it. It's not even worth what you paid for it. You could pay $20 to get a programmer to make a coin for you. And then you sell it to people, and depending on how much money you get into it, that determines its value. So if you get the right sucker or millionaire, billionaire to put money into it, now all of a sudden it's worth whatever money they threw at it, 1 million of them or whatever. It's a fart in the wind. It doesn't exist. It's zeros and ones. And I don't believe in it. It didn't work for me. I don't see the value. It takes an obscene amount of energy to generate and quote unquote mine these coins. And I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't think it's worth it. Now, you're more than welcome to disagree. If you do, please let me know in the comments. But that doesn't sound like a winner's. It's not built. I don't know how to put it. Because when you go to a casino, the house has an advantage. So it's not made for you to win, but you can. You just have to walk away while you're up. If you tell me 23,000 coins have existed, and then I got conflicting information trying to research this. CCN says more than 14,000 cryptos exist, but 65% are dead or failed. ExplodingTopics.com says 13,217 cryptocurrencies exist, yet only 8,985 are active. So first you have to, and I don't know who is right. I found all these numbers, they conflict. Maybe 23,000 exists, maybe 14,000 exists, maybe only 9,000 are actually used or still relevant. But number one, you have to go with the winners, right? Bitcoin, they're the first dog out the gate. They're the biggest, they're the most known, and it's probably the only one worth your time in looking at. Number 2 is Ethereum. Number 3 is Litecoin. Actually, it's not. It used to be Litecoin. I don't even know where they fall now. Now, Tether is the 3rd largest cryptocurrency. Now, it's a little bit different from Ethereum and Bitcoin because it's a stable coin. So if the US created a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, it would be a stable coin. It would be tethered to the dollar or pegged to the dollar. One coin is worth $1, and its value will stay that. So you're not going to lose your money as long as the dollar doesn't lose value, which it is every year to inflation. But even having a tethered coin has its own risks, because you still got to go and buy an app, download an app, put your faith, trust, and money in this app, right? Hopefully you didn't lose money on FTX, but a lot of people did. A lot of people did. because the owner, Sam Bankman-Fried, was a shyster, a charlatan, a scam artist. The new Bernie Madoff. There, you always have to have trust, faith, and belief in what you're putting your money into. And if you don't know who owns these companies, because how many people do that much research? If you're putting a lot of money in it, I hope you do. Maybe you research everything before you put a little bit of money in it. But I know I've probably thrown away more money than I've thrown at crypto to quote unquote invest with probably, no research at all. Just buying, spur of the moment things spontaneously. But there's a lot of risk in crypto, and I really don't think it's worth it. I don't really see how or why. You know what I mean? Like, what's really the point? I'd rather have something that I can see, hold, feel, a hard asset that I know is real. Real estate is something good. The entry point is a lot higher, but it's something real, something physical, something you can actually do something with. And I just don't have that kind of faith and belief in crypto or these platforms. And even Tether, a stable coin, which is better than Bitcoin, a speculative coin, has its risks. In 2021, Tether was fined 41 million by the CFTC for misleading statements about their holdings. So if they said, hey, we have $2 million, therefore we have 2 million coins to sell, that was a lie. They did not have that. Now, they didn't commit fraud on the level of FTX, but it was enough to get a fine. So there are always risks in this. As soon as I heard that the BRICS nation's potential coin or currency was going to be a crypto, that immediately takes away any of its validity, and I am no longer afraid of it. Now, I could be wrong. It could be big, but I don't see that happening. Not when over half of these things fail, and I've lost over half my money engaging with them. So I really don't see that as a valid or a reasonable risk anymore. But let me know how you feel. The comments are open, and I like to discuss it. But I said it before, and I'll say it again. These are the only bricks you're going to see me messing with. These bricks are where I'm going to put my money and what I'm going to see do well for me. And I'm going to hold on to them, pass them down to my kids, and then they're going to have, a resource that they can use if they need to. But I'm also going to teach them that instead of spending this resource, how about you match it? Create something equal in value to this, and then use those funds. Because you will always have this, and you will never be worth less than what these are, which is higher than $1, $1, $1. So that's just the way I see things. I'm not afraid of cryptocurrency. I'm not afraid of BRICS de-dollarizing the world with a cryptocurrency. I'm not afraid of a central bank digital currency, because you're never going to get that widely accepted by a large number of Americans. There will be a percentage that'll go for it, and maybe a lot younger people will believe in it, but you're not going to get anybody like my parents. My mother has a birthday coming up this week. She'll be 75. She's not going fully digital with her money. You will never get the older generation to be completely digital. She has enough troubles navigating her phone and email and logging into a laptop. So I really don't see that as being a viable option for a lot of people. I'm not that far from retirement. The next 20 years, God willing, 20, 25 years, if I retire by that age, I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm going to go all digital and try something new and just put all my money there. I'm never going to go for it. So cryptocurrencies aren't going anywhere, but I also don't see them being bigger than a physical cash money dollar in your hand. So let me know how you feel if you disagree or if you're still losing sleep over this. I know I'm going to sleep better tonight, and I hope you do too. That's it for now. I'll see you in the comments. And fly, Eagles, fly.